Hey everyone, welcome back here to Weather on the Go. We got a major winter storm that just moved across the United States from the Central Plains to the Mid-Atlantic, and a second major winter storm is going to make an appearance from Texas all the way to the Mid-Atlantic and possibly even the Northeast later this week, bringing significant snow, ice, and even some heavier rain with it. We're going to get you everything that you need to know in this forecast, so make sure to subscribe to the channel down below, check back often for updates, like the video by giving it a thumbs up down below, and also leave any comments, questions, and concerns below, and share this video with friends, family, and anybody that you know. I definitely appreciate it. Let's look here at our total snow accumulation from our past major winter storm here that sprawled out from the Central Plains all the way through the Ohio Valley and into the Mid-Atlantic. And let's look at some of these totals. We had over 2 feet of snow in a couple areas here in northeast Kansas, just to the west of Kansas City and north of Topeka. We also saw some impressive 8 to 12 inch totals across northern Missouri back into western Illinois. Over here in the Ohio Valley, from central and southern Illinois down here into southern Indiana, northern Kentucky, southern Ohio, and into West Virginia, we saw a widespread 6 to 10 inches worth of snow here. And then across portions of West Virginia, Northern Virginia, Maryland, and Delaware, we saw some impressive 6 to 12 inch totals, a couple foot snowfall totals there coming in across West Virginia and Northern Virginia. So definitely a pretty nice footprint of snow. And obviously just to the south of that, we saw a significant crippling ice across portions of southeast Missouri, southern Illinois, and into portions of southwestern Indiana, western Kentucky. Just a crazy ice storm that we did see. On the warm side of the system, the storm reports have been coming in over the past 24 hours. On Sunday, January 5th, we actually did see 5 tornadoes, one here into portions of Alabama, a couple of them in Mississippi, a couple of them also back into Arkansas, a lot of wind reports, and a couple hail reports there as well. So we did have a severe weather outbreak across the deep south with that system as well. That system this evening is finally moving off of the East Coast. We're still seeing some remnant of some snow showers in southern Jersey, Delaware, and Maryland. That will be on its way out into the overnight hours, and then we'll see some lighter snow into the Rockies overnight tonight. Let's look here at our low temperatures with radiational cooling and a fresh snowpack Tuesday morning. Going to be a very cold start here from central Kansas into Missouri and down here into the lower Ohio River Valley, where single digits below zero will be possible with a fresh snowpack. Where we don't have much of a snowpack on the ground, temperatures should be above zero, but still in the single digits though into Tuesday morning. And make sure to bundle up. If you're heading out to work or school Tuesday morning, we're going to see wind chills in that area. A fresh snowpack of 2 feet in Kansas, potentially approaching 15 or 20 below zero briefly in the morning before we start to warm up. Same thing up here into North Dakota, northern Minnesota, wind chills of 15 to 20 below. So make sure again to bundle up as you're heading out the door. Going into Tuesday, pretty quiet out there. Some lake effect snow bands across portions of their lakes. We have some snow. Look at the snow line all the way down into Arizona, New Mexico, and the Texas Panhandle. That'll be some light snow as we go into Tuesday and Tuesday night. Look at that, the blue extending all the way down into northern Mexico. That would be snowfall into Tuesday night. So you know the air is pretty cold out there. Snowfall accumulation through the next 24 hours going through Wednesday, January 8th. Will be pretty light out here in Colorado, New Mexico, and Arizona, as we'll see some snowfall around 1 to 3 inches, maybe some isolated totals higher than 3 inches there, and then obviously the lake effect snow bands. We could be seeing some heavier totals localized though across portions of the UP of Michigan, lower Michigan, parts of New York State, Pennsylvania, and northern Ohio through Wednesday. Travel is not a big concern with these snow showers across the desert Southwest or down here in the Southwest in general. We do have some minor travel disruptions across Colorado and northern New Mexico and places like that, but really again nothing too terrible out there. Now looking at our temperature anomalies going into tomorrow, winter-like temperatures will remain in place. We just showed you the morning temperatures to start Tuesday, going to remain cold through the day. We're going to see colder temperatures remain on Wednesday as well, the day after on January 8th, and to close out the week on Friday, January 10th, those winter-like temperatures will be in place, and that is a foundation we're setting for our next major winter storm as we go into later this week. Here's that low pressure trough that's going to develop off the Baja of California on Wednesday, and this is going to be a positively tilted trough. Look how it's kind of tilting to the right. That is positively tilted, and it's going to follow the highway here. Look at how strong the jet stream is across the south on Friday, and it's going to follow that low all the way up into the mid-Atlantic as we go into Friday. So let's look here at some of the scenarios that could unfold here. 3 different scenarios that we're keeping an eye on. Here's the latest model guidance. On Wednesday, we do have some snowfall breaking out, similar areas as we see tomorrow into Arizona, New Mexico, and West Texas. Very light precipitation to start. Thursday comes around, we could have some heavier snow breaking out into North Texas, the Texas Panhandle, and Oklahoma. Ice not too far to the south from there, maybe into central Texas, and then rain down here near the Rio Grande Valley. Friday comes along, we could have some heavy snow from around Dallas, Fort Worth, up toward Little Rock, Memphis, and even up towards St. Louis on Friday on the European model. Quicker solution, a little bit more suppressed with the look here, and doesn't give as much snow to the mid-Atlantic here on Saturday or Sunday. A weak snow system up in the upper Midwest like Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Michigan could bring some light snow showers. Not a big deal for a snowstorm up there this weekend. Looking here totally at the snowfall accumulations with the European model, decent amounts here. We're not going to go into specific cities with amounts quite yet. Maybe that'll be tomorrow or Wednesday we'll do that. But you can see the placement here. Central Texas, North Texas, and Oklahoma and Arkansas. That extends up into Kentucky again, into Tennessee, maybe even into parts of Mississippi and Alabama with the snowfall as well. Ice just a little bit further south, affecting more of Texas, southern Arkansas, North Louisiana through the Dixie Alley, and then over here toward Virginia and the Carolinas on the European model. Now let's look at the GFS, the American model, the 18Z that did come in this afternoon. Wednesday again, light precipitation, and then we have more snow, but a narrower swath of snow for the Red River Valley, more so into southern Oklahoma on Thursday. And then really starting to develop that snowstorm for Little Rock, Memphis, Nashville, St. Louis, maybe even Chicago getting some snow with this on the GFS on Friday. And then that brings a bigger snow system, more phased, the jet stream, the polar jet and the subtropical jet coming together and giving us a stronger low there near Delaware. And then the northwest side of that, very heavy snow for the Poconos, the Maryland area there down into northern Virginia, into New York State. And then on Sunday, more of a nor'easter Miller B type look where we could have some really heavy snow on the I-95 corridor, and you can see that here, that snow stripe extends really from North Texas and Oklahoma all the way up the East Coast here as a I-95 snowstorm and a doozy at that on the GFS model, and even some snow in places like Chicago, although light snowfall on that side of things. And looking here at the ice, more of an ice storm threat for the Carolinas, North Georgia, and into Virginia up toward Maryland on this model, something to keep an eye on. Lighter ice totals further west. Finally, the third scenario, the Canadian model, the GDPS, showing on Wednesday, again, light precipitation. All three models agree on that. And then looking at more of an ice storm further south. This is a colder bias model, so it actually pulls that freezing line a little bit further south into Texas. Friday, a heavy snowstorm in Little Rock, Springfield, Missouri, over here toward Memphis. Ice would be a big deal on this model from Shreveport, Tyler, Texas, all the way back here into Jackson, Tupelo, Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, Huntsville, Florence, you name it. It's going to be a mess if this model came to fruition. And then Saturday, that would be a big ice storm for North Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, and Virginia. Snow not too far to the north there. And then Sunday, again, not much of a nor'easter threat with that. So the only nor'easter threat we see is right now the GFS model, the Euro, and the Canadian really not showing that much yet. We'll have to see which model wins out. Here's the Canadian model snowfall. Heavy snow in North Texas, Oklahoma into Arkansas, southern Missouri up through the Ohio Valley again, and less snow in the mid-Atlantic and Northeast compared to the GFS model. There's the ice. It would be a big ice storm threat from Texas all the way to the East Coast here if this did come to fruition. Hopefully that is not the case. Let's look at the long range as we head into the following week here, Monday, January 13th through Sunday, January 19th. This is essentially the middle of January. We have a big trough here off in the North Atlantic that's going to retrograde a little bit further west here into the eastern U.S., keeping our winter-like temperatures intact. You can see with the blues and greens on here, we'll be well below average with our temperatures into the middle of January down to the south, and then more of the ridge building across Alaska and western Canada, keeping much of western Canada and southern Canada above average with those temperatures into the middle of the month. Now let's look here at the precipitation anomaly here. You can get kind of confused on what this means. The browns are drier than normal conditions. So across the east, we're not really seeing too much precipitation during this period, but don't be fooled. Even this white shaded color that's kind of slightly above average here, we're still kind of far out. Keeping an eye on a storm track here as a low pressure could develop somewhere in the desert southwest, dive down to the south toward North Mexico or West Texas, and then kind of take a track similar to this. On the northwest side of there, we could have some heavy snow into the middle of January. Right underneath that low track, we're watching for more crippling ice potential. and then on the southern side, either severe weather or some heavier rains can be expected. So something to watch out for as we do go into the middle of January. We'll keep you updated here on this channel. Make sure to subscribe to the channel for the latest weather information. Check back often for updates. Also, like the video by giving it a thumbs up. Leave any comments, questions, and concerns below. We'll certainly get to those. And of course, share this video with friends, family, and on social media. And I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of their Monday out there.